Do you try Nom's? Let's go this one. Do you try Nom's energy drink?
No.
Or no, it's a protein drink.
Is it like a protein energy drink, or is it like
a protein sparkling water that has 30 grams of protein in it?
That's sparkling water. What's it called?
Those sparkling chemicals.
Probably. Probably.
All right.
Yeah, let's jump into
Let's
this.
get into it.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Germformer podcast. And I'm here with Stacia today, your host.
Hello.
And to be honest, I have no idea what we're talking about today. Stacia has some ideas written up.
Yeah. I have a good one. And I think it fits really well because I posted something similar to it yesterday on TikTok. And it's along the lines of, I believe the last podcast episode, it was a highlight reel that I did that said, like, everything's your fault. Mm-hmm. And so on that line, I think it's a great thing to say no one is coming to save you.
Yeah.
So we're just going hard today.
No one is coming to save you.
No one is coming to save you.
In what aspect?
I feel that there's a point in which if you are driven for more, if you are feeling that you want more, you are more, etc., that you have to realize that you have to do it all. Yeah. You have to hustle. You have to move. You have to do the things you want to do. And you can't be waiting on other people. Indecision or procrastination is not going to get you to where you want to go. Like, stop acting like some knight in shining armor is coming to save you. Your spouse isn't going to save you. Your kids aren't going to save you. Your job isn't going to save you. Mm-hmm. You are the only person who's going to save you. And sometimes it's a hard thing to come down to. Yeah. Especially, you're a guy. Are you pretty much taught, like, hey, I am supposed to be the knight in shining armor station. Why are you saying this stuff?
Yeah. Like masculinity, that's just... You got to figure it out on your own. That's kind of how we were brought up.
And it's just a way of, in a women's perspective, though, because you were raised very traditional in the aspect that, yes, you should be the breadwinner, you should be masculine, you should do these different things. Whereas women, should you rely on someone else to do something? Can you do these different things? And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Mm-hmm. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
And it's not for a lot of people. And especially if you want that next level, you can't wait for someone to come save you. You have to get that out of your mind. The only person that's going to make a change that's lasting in your life is you. And setting up the proper goals and steps and discipline to get there is the only way that you're going to achieve it. So,
awesome. Yeah, it sounds like an exciting topic to get into.
You're like, all right, I don't really know what we're doing here. But I think one of some interesting thing that everyone keeps waiting on is when you actually probably have it. When are you going to get married? How often do you hear that? Dude, how often do you hear that?
Every family function. It's not even people that are like super close with, or I don't know if it's just like curiosity thing, but yeah.
Yep. When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids?
When are you buying a house?
Yep. All of those different things. And I think with that too, it's one of those things that you hear these questions, people ask you these things, and your response is, we're waiting for this or waiting for that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this, that, and the other.
We're going to graduate college.
Mm-hmm. And those are all 100% should stay on path, keep those different things. But at what point does waiting become a crutch?
Yeah. At some point, I feel like you got to break the mold a little bit.
Yeah. It's like you're never going to be ready.
Right.
You're never going to be ready to get married fully. Really, you think about it, it's like marriage is like a big thing. As much as it's, people can get divorced and you can have second, third, fourth, fifth spouses. You can do that. But in the same aspect, who really wants to do that?
Not a lot of people. Yeah.
No one is specifically going in to get married knowing, all right, I'm going to, we're going to end this in about 5 years.
Yeah. I hope no one's doing that at least.
Right? We don't know what this next generation coming in.
Yeah. That's true.
But I think that's really interesting because it is a double-edged sword. It's like, when is waiting procrastinating?
Yeah.
Ooh, when is waiting procrastinating? Procrastinating. I think I'm going to need a drink after that one. Mm-hmm. But, I feel it's one of those things too, like a big thing I had said before is before the podcast necessarily took off or the next stage or setting a second shop, my big waiting moment was I wanted all my kids to be in school.
Right.
And so when all my kids were in school, I was like, all right, it's a shit or get off the pot moment.
Yeah, right.
Like 100%, you either keep, like, you do what you said you were going to do,
Yeah.
or you don't.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, I feel like if you push it off once, you're going to continue to push it off no matter what after that, because it's a mindset thing at that point. So like as soon as your kids went to school, you're like, all right, I got to commit or else nothing's going to happen here. And you did. And now we're rolling.
Now we're rolling. We're back into it. And it's just, it's just interesting of trying to figure out what that fine line is. And how do you figure it out? How do you decide that you're procrastinating too much?
That's a great question.
That is a really good question. I don't know. I'm thinking of that more of like wording that really well of how do you figure out when your excuses are just that.
Yeah, or just excuses.
Are just excuses to keep pushing you along. Like what is the big motivating factor for people?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know for me, it's easy to say I'm so busy. And, I don't have time for this. We all have the same 24 hours in a day.
Yep.
Like,
this is just how it is.
No, we all have the same 24 hours. You're not going to catch me saying I don't have time. My priorities aren't aligned for that right now. That's something that I will say because I'm huge on priorities and what is, where in the season of life am I in that I can take it here. And I think that's really important as you figure out your excuses, your next steps, and the reasons why, what's holding you back, what are you afraid of? And that truly does come down to it comes back to what are you afraid of?
Yeah.
Are you afraid of embarrassment? Are you afraid of like imposter syndrome? That's another really big
imposter
one.
syndrome. Big.
People feeling that, you're never going to get there unless you start. Everyone had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
LeBron had to start somewhere. He had to
he
shoot
did.
a basket one of the times.
Yeah. Even with this podcast, I know when we were first starting, you were talking about how, maybe I'm embarrassed if it doesn't take off, but at some point you're just like, F it, we're doing it. And then after that, once you dive into it, you're doing it. So.
Kind of like today, we were taking videos for Ashbrook Automotive, and Carter's like, all right, it's going to be in 4. And I was like, no, I'm going to do it in 1. I was like, or 5.
Yeah.
And I think Carter was right, and it was in 4.
It was 4.
And the next one.
I know you well enough.
Yep. The next one was in 1, though. We did it in just 1 full shot of a batch content, and it went super well. And I think back on it of when we had started before, and when things would just get jumbled up, and you'd be like, all right, start over. And there are different times that I'll get jumbled up, and I'll be like, cut, we're done.
Yeah.
Like, restart. My brain went one way, and my mouth went a different way.
Right.
But you're not comfortable doing something you've never done before.
Correct.
And you have to do more of it to become comfortable. And I feel that also, if you are too comfortable doing something, maybe you're not being stretched enough.
Right. Maybe you're not being pushed. Push harder. You can do better than that.
Get out of your comfort zone. Start achieving. Start doing more. And who do we know that has to really get out of their comfort zone as soon as college is done? I wonder who. I wonder who.
I do.
Yeah, that's a huge one. We've talked about that in the last couple episodes that Carter's graduating here in May.
Yep.
And that's a whole new
Hopefully.
life. He's going to graduate.
I'll graduate.
He just has to cut back on his hunting trip.
Well, let's not say that.
He'll still graduate.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. And I know a lot of people, I haven't even talked to you about this of, were you going to take any time off to go excessive travel? Had that ever gone through your mind or no?
Well, yes. I kind of got forced into my hand a little bit.
Okay.
Because I'm going to take a month of basically travel right as soon as I graduate.
Traveling where?
Out west and to Nashville.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Nashville.
Yeah,
Hard
that's
to
just
break.
that's a family vacation with the girlfriend's family.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like a big travel deal, but Rachel and I are also going out to Montana for a week and a half.
Oh.
And then I might go to Montana the week before that, bear hunting.
It's all of it.
Yeah. So it's going to be like a continued month of wham, wham, wham. And then, I'm just
Hitting
basically
to it.
going to tell employers my start date's actually graduate June 15th instead of May.
Is that when you're supposed to be done then with all your traveling? Is June 15th?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. But some people take like an entire year off.
Yeah. I couldn't do that, to be honest with you. That's just not for me. But I understand why people want to. And they go, I mean, I see TikToks of it all the time. They'll travel the world for a year relatively cheaply too. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
It is super cool. I wonder how people figure that out though. Like,
I don't know. That's got to be so much planning.
When I go on vacation, I spend a shit ton of money. It just isn't.
Yeah.
Vacations are not cheap at all when I go on them.
You can go on cheap vacations.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go out west, my hunting vacations, I guess, they're relatively cheap outside of just your tag, which is the largest chunk of your
expensive,
like $500. But outside of that, it's like $300 on gas and $100 on just random stuff. Because you're tent camping, you're doing this, whatever.
So you're not going like bougie in what is it, Jackson Hole?
No,
I heard though that's like a $12,000 vacation.
No.
That one's a really expensive one. Okay.
No.
Well,
anyways, hell of a squirrel moment there.
Squirrel moment, but we get to figure out a little bit of what Carter's doing afterwards.
You probably didn't know that at all, so.
I didn't know that, so this was news to me. But yeah, I think, back to what we were talking about of really getting into it and deciding when do you make that jump? It's, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen type of a metaphor. When do you do it? And when you do it, how do you keep going?
How do you keep going in the sense that you weren't successful or?
Yeah. Because like what you had said, you're like, when you can get over that imposter syndrome of that being scared of, I'm not, it wasn't enough. I didn't get 1 million views on this. When does it become enough? And I think that that's something that people have a really hard time getting over.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in the online world and people can judge you.
Right.
So easily. And it's sometimes sucks. Like you see these different comments and you're like, excuse me. They're like, oh man, I hate that outfit, or they look like they gained weight, or this was a stupid conversation. Right. Why did I waste my time listening to it? I'm like, why'd you waste your time sitting here typing this?
Yes.
Just those goofy, some of those goofy things, it's hard to get over. And even some big content creators, they say too, hey, they struggle looking at the comments because there's so many people that they'll troll or they won't be supportive, or, people will say like, how's that? They treat it as it's like nothing when really it's like really important to you. And I think that that's hard of remembering that it's not about anyone else and it's about you and you achieving this. And I feel that if you always felt that you were on the right path, you may not be.
Yeah.
If everything just goes so smooth
in your comfort
and
zone,
so easy, and it was just like, it's just a cakewalk, maybe you're not on the right path.
Yeah. I feel like you got to have some really thick skin, not even just the social world, but whenever you're doing anything new, because you're not going to be good at anything new you do.
No.
And like just hopping outside your comfort zone in that way. Like I know I'm probably not going to be great at my first job outside of college necessarily.
He's been great, guys. Don't listen to him.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying.
Learning a new industry, anything like that. Like I remember coming into this industry when I first took my internship here. It was a lot, learning a lot of new things and what really resonates with people in this from the content side of this and whatnot. So,
and especially if you end up going to like corporate.
Yeah.
Hear from corporate and seeing
this compared to corporate, I can't even imagine.
You'll be texting me, Stacia, I'm crying.
Help.
This is really rough.
Yeah.
It could be great too. So we're not saying that it would be horrible, but yeah, I think it would be it'll be definitely different. So no, I think that's a big thing of people realizing, no one's going to save you but yourself, and push yourself to realize that, to understand that, and have it catapult you into your next stage. That, I think a really good quote with that too is that motivation. What is that? Motivation or action? I'll probably have to look it up here. Let's see. Action follows motivation follows action, not the other way around.
Not the other way.
I wrote that down and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so great. 'Cause so many people are like, oh, I'm waiting to be motivated. I just want to sit here and brain rot on TikTok forever, or watch this YouTube series or anything like this. It's like, I'm not feeling motivated. Well, you have to take action to feel motivation.
Right.
Like, you have to go on a walk to feel like you want to run. You have to go on a walk to clear your mind. You have to do something. You have to get off your ass and and just take charge.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah. For sure.
And I don't think a lot of people do that. If you're listening to this podcast, you most likely do, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to stand listening to us. We'd be annoying as shit.
Yeah. You're always like, go do this, go do that, and they're like, okay.
You're like, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
that's
We
all I
like
needed.
this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm working on my website right now. I showed Carter a little bit of it, and
Looks really good, by the way.
it's almost there.
Yeah.
And something that I wrote down because I was like thinking of different quotes that I think of and see and say. And I wrote down one more that I thought would be really, really good is, if your life feels stuck, it's not because you're incapable. It's because you're still protecting an old version of yourself.
You've told me that one.
Yep.
That's one of your favorites.
That is. It's so good. And I think that comes back to that no one's coming to save you too. And it ties in really well that you have to take the next version of you, and you have to really step it up. If you want a different life, if you want something to change. And as I say in almost every podcast episode that we have, nothing changes if nothing changes.
Yeah.
And that lays through 100%.
For sure.
So I really think that's all I got here. You're in control of your life. You're in control of your choices. You're in control of your outcome. You are the creator of your life. You are responsible for every single thing in it. So, got anything else?
That's all we got. Make sure to stay tuned. Stacia's website is coming out somewhat quickly here.
It definitely will be by February 1st.
Yeah. So keep up with all the socials, follow that, and like and subscribe for more, and stay tuned.
Okay. We appreciate you. Talk soon.
Yep.